Good afternoon, DY. I'm Ava DeBreo.
And I'm Brandon Antonovich. Welcome to the Dolphin News.
To start things off, we go to our principal, Mrs. Bennett, for a bit from Bennett.
Good afternoon, DY. Let's start with a huge shout out to the DY Band, Orchestra, and Chorus for another amazing Pops concert. The music was amazing and the hard work paid off. I know it's late, but I'd like to thank all the teachers who put in the work hosting another great prom, especially Miss Endich. Again, these things aren't easy with all of the finer details, so thank you so much. I'm going way back here, but wanted to note the huge successes of Civics Day and the Dolphin Dash. I know my assistant Ralph might have mentioned this on the last show, but it's events like these that make me so proud to be your principal. I love when our larger community gets to see all of the amazing things you all do. This last bit is just for the teachers that are tuning in. We currently still have 3 positions open for SAT proctoring in June. Mr. Faya is the coordinator and contact person for this. I can say from my time proctoring, it's a great way to make a little extra money. It also gives our students a great opportunity to better their future. So please, please, please consider proctoring. Okay, everyone, have a great long weekend and see you on Tuesday. Back to you, Ava and Brandon.
Thank you, Mrs. Bennett. Monday is Memorial Day, DY, and there will be no school that day. No school, however, does not mean no responsibility, and we'd like to talk about a few things that you can do to observe Memorial Day. First, some clarification. On November 11th, we celebrate Veterans Day, which used to be known as Armistice Day because it marked the end of World War I. On Veterans Day, we celebrate everyone who served in the armed forces of the United States, with special attention given to those who served during wartime.
On Memorial Day, we remember the fallen, those that enlisted or were drafted into the military and gave their lives defending our country. There is no expiration date on the debt that we owe to these men and women, and it is a debt that can only be respected but never repaid. If you go visit a cemetery this weekend, you may find graves dating back to the Revolutionary War, and those graves will most likely be decorated by volunteers with flags or flowers to honor their centuries-old sacrifice.
So what can you do? First, keep in mind that this is not just another day off from school, nor is it a day for celebration. It is a day of solemn remembrance. You can practice this by spending a few quiet moments at a local cemetery, at Merrill Veterans Memorial near the Bass River Bridge in Dennis, or at the memorial at Packet Landing in Yarmouth. At both memorial fields, you will find markers honoring former DY Dolphins.
You could also attend the Town of Yarmouth's Memorial Day observance at 11 a.m. on Monday the 27th at Yarmouth Town Hall. The Dennis Chamber of Commerce will hold a Memorial Day ceremony at 10 a.m. on Monday at the Dennisport Village Green.
Last, but certainly not least, the Massachusetts National Cemetery in Bourne will be placing flags this Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. This is a massive undertaking, and your volunteer hours would be welcome.
And now we go to Dom for our sports news.
Thank you, Brandon and Ava. The girls softball team is going up against the Wareham High School away tonight at 3:45 p.m. It is the last game of the school year, so hope all of you go out with a big win. I believe that you can do it. The boys baseball team is going to face off against the Sturgis Charter School home tonight at 4 o'clock p.m. It is senior night, so come on down and support Jake, Trey, Alex, and Brandon. The girls lacrosse has made it into the playoffs. Their first game will be announced this coming Wednesday. Congratulations, girls. You absolutely deserve it. Anyways, the DY Unified Track team will be headed to States on Tuesday. Good luck to all of you. This is it for the spring sports season for the year. You did so well for the Lagoon, and we cannot wait to see more next year from our Dolphins. You guys are very awesome. Back to you, Brandon and Ava.
You may not know it, but DY has their own Spotify podcast channel, and this week has seen several new releases. New shows included an interview with Mr. Fiorentino and his AP Human Geography students, as well as Mrs. Bennett's quarterly State of the School podcast.
Coming soon, you'll hear interviews with the DY Esports team, a visit from Mr. Castano's performing guitar class, my podcast with the DY baseball team, and the last installment of Nick Terranova's Real or Fake Story Challenge podcast. All shows can be found by going to Spotify and typing in DY Media 1.
Right now, almost all of the 8th to 12th grade DY band students are over at the intermediate middle school to spend a workshop day with the 7th grade band. Students will get to know each other while they practice, prepare, and perform a band song together.
They've been workshopping in combined rehearsal and breakout groups since noon. At 1 today, the 6th grades will perform the piece as a group, then the 8th through 12th grade students will return to the high school.
This past Monday, approximately 60 students traveled to Boston to the Edward M. Kennedy Institute to participate in State Civics Day. Civics Day is like a science fair, but for civics.
Middle and high school students presented their Action Civics project to business, civic, and nonprofit leaders. Congratulations to Miss Williams' U.S. History class, who came home with an award for civic action for their project titled A Later Start Time for DY High School.
Now we come to our weekly segment, the DY Student of the Week. This week's student is always helpful to others. They advocate kindness at school and have worked hard to make all students around them feel welcome.
This student shows maturity in academic discourse in the classroom. She is able to ask challenging questions about difficult topics in a way that invites conversation rather than hindering it. She tries hard to be thoughtful and kind, and while she may be understated in her approach to class discussion, her peers respect and listen to her. According to her nominating teacher, Mrs. Gleason, she is also a wonderful TA.
This week's DY Student of the Week is Ashley Dignall. Ashley, thank you for all that you do to make DY a better place.
And now we go to me with our weekend weather update. Just give me a chance to run down to the beach. The rest of today will be mostly cloudy. A shower or isolated thunderstorm is possible. Highs in the upper 60s. Chance of rain 20%. Tonight, cloudy with lows in the upper 50s. Saturday, sunny with highs in the upper 60s. Saturday night, clears with lows in the upper 50s. Sunday will be sunny with highs in the upper 60s, with lows in the 50s arriving overnight. Back to you, Ava.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for watching and have
Have a great day in Dolphin Land, DY.